What's up guys, welcome back to MOC Studios. In this video, I will be showing you how to improve your buildings and structures. So let's get into it. So this is part 2 of my mock tutorial series, and part 1 I did bases with like dioramas and all that kind of stuff. This video I'm going to be covering buildings, which is very crucial to the overall look of your MOCs in general. Also, it just improves your MOCs if your buildings are good, and it also can diminish your MOCs, like how good your MOCs look, if your buildings aren't good. So I'm going to show you how to spice up those buildings and overall structures, and so let's go ahead and dive into some of the techniques for walls. So this is the first wall technique I'm going to cover today, and it is the one that I used to use a lot, but I really don't use it much anymore because it's good for ruins and stuff, and I don't really build that kind of stuff anymore. This still looks really good, and it's a really detailed wall. The problem is with this, it has no depth, and I'll get to another one that is better for this. It's got a lot of flat detail, and which is good, but I think you could probably break this up somehow, and if you figure that out, leave it down in the comments below. That would be great to hear. This is the second one I'm going to cover, and it's one I don't use a lot. Because this is pretty much all I have like the resources for to build this little section, and if I had more, I definitely would use this for brick buildings and that kind of stuff. If you do World War II MOCs or World MOCs, this would be a really cool technique for that kind of stuff. But again, I don't use it very much just because of the way it's built. I don't have a lot of resources for that. Some of those, whatever, the candy bar tiles, I don't have a lot of those, but it still looks really cool, and you could probably use it for like a bottom section of a wall and break that up. This is number 3, and this is one I just found out and is my absolute favorite. So it's using some headlight bricks. As you can see on this side view, you can see some headlight bricks. They're sideways, and you have a stud on top, and it leaves a stud to just give it a little bit more depth and break up the wall a little bit, and I absolutely love it. It looks so cool. And then I just added some masonry bricks just to give it a little bit more depth, even though it already has a lot, and it's a really sleek wall design with still a lot of detail, and I really like this one. I'm going to use it so much now. This is the 4th wall I'm going to cover, and yeah, I know what you're thinking. This is barely a wall. I mean, a 3-year-old could build this, and yeah, you're probably right. It's just, I like to include this one just because you can use it for large-scale MOCs. Again, the same as the base plate in my last tutorial. If you're doing a large MOC, it's okay to use these because you are trying to build something so large that it's hard to pack in that detail, you know? So doing a freeform base for such a large MOC would be really hard, just like doing some of those other techniques that I showed you on the wall would just be so painstaking, and it would take so long. So if you're doing a giant MOC, I recommend doing this. It'll save you a lot of time, and it still looks pretty good on large buildings. So let's go ahead and dive into some door techniques and window techniques. These are the first ones I'm going to cover, and they're windows. So this is a good castle window right here, and it still looks really good on Star Wars MOCs, but it's really popular with the castle theme, and it looks so good on big towers and that kind of stuff. Over here we have like a cantina window, and I use some of those masonry bricks backwards, which just look fantastic. It makes a good like screen or whatever, and it looks really accurate to some of the Star Wars designs. Over here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is a littler version of that one, and you can sometimes put this upright, and I used it a couple times upright at an angle with like pillars on a wall, and which looks really cool. So go check out my video, the Village Showdown time lapse, and you can see that actually on a build. Up is doors, and I'll show you this one first, which is a very complicated build. It uses these which don't even connect, this top part, and then if you turn it around, I just used some stop bricks right there, and then used some spring-loaded shooter pieces, which are very cheap and easy to find, and some people even use them for filler brick, which I don't have that many, but this looks absolutely amazing, and it uses so many complex techniques that'll just give your MOC just the extra touch and the extra level of expertise. And right beside it, we have the classic door for any Star Wars build, and it looks pretty cool. It's pretty simple. You just have these backwards masonry bricks, same as some of the windows, and then if you flip it around like this, then you got these curved bricks and everything, and then on the bottom you have the inverted version of that, which is just one piece, and it looks really sleek, and it's super simple to build. So if you're a beginner, I definitely would use this, and if you're a really good MOC builder, I also would use use this. I use this one all the time just because it looks so good. So that's all on doors, but let me show you some different wall examples. I just want to say something real quick. I saw that 81% of you are not subscribed, and it would make this little guy so happy if you did, so go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Thanks. Let's get back to the video now. Now let me show you some builds that include some of these techniques. So this is a MOC that I recently did a video on, and it looks really cool. And right here you can see the wall that I already showed you. That pattern I used on this one just because it gives it a really sleek design. Also, you can also note that I broke up the wall with these slopes and everything to give it extra detail. So keep that in mind for your next MOC. So this is a MOC that I've had built for several months at least. I built it a while ago and I did a video on it, but I really want to show you this cool wall technique that I put on it. It's one that I've already showed you, but in lime green and orange, and they both it looks really cool when I broke it up with those different colors. Also, I used some backwards masonry bricks, which just give it a little bit more detail and that extra edge of expertise. And overall, I'm really happy with this MOC, and I used a lot of stuff to break up the walls, which just gave it that extra detail. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to make Grogu happy by smashing that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.